Hello everyone.
Hi guys.
Hey, I'm Ellen.
And I'm Shani.
Welcome to our Facebook Live. Today we're going to be talking about calming techniques and how we can use this in everyday life to help with things like stress and anxiety. So today at our team meeting we were all talking about different ways that we help to ground ourselves and help to ease stress. We were talking about being busy, all of these different things and how it can really affect your health. So it's something that I see in clinic all the time.
Yeah, and it is. It's one of the biggest underlying factors to anybody's health concerns and conditions, no matter what it is. So we all live in a day and an age where there is just stress around every bend. So, you know, we've always got technology, we're on emails, we're busy, we're go, we've got 5 kids, we've got to cook dinner. It's the craziness of being busy, essentially.
And that's looked upon as being a good thing a lot of the time. So we were talking today all together about different ways that we work on managing our stress. So obviously you can't just get rid of it. You just need to work on ways that we can reduce it or manage it or be able to deal with it a little bit better without it affecting things to do with our health. So I suppose some different kinds of signs and symptoms you might notice if stress is affecting you. Can be things like heart palpitations, headaches, chest pains, anxious butterflies.
Feeling overwhelmed and anxious in general as well. Like, we all know that feeling of being in fight or flight, like we're just wired and it's hard to actually calm and collect yourself and gather any kind of thoughts.
Problems with your sleep.
Yep.
So your fight or flight response is all to do with that adrenaline. It's to do with your cortisol, which is that stress hormone, and your cortisol is what can directly affect your melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. So if you're feeling, you might notice that some days when you're having a more stressed day that you find it harder to get to sleep at night time, or you find that your appetite might totally reduce, or it might totally skyrocket. There can be so many different things, and it can really depend on each individual and how it's affecting different people. What are some of your top tips, Shani, that you use?
So obviously in clinic there's a lot that we do in assessing every person and what is going on for them as an individual, but there's a lot that we can offer in the realm of nutrients and herbal medicine to help to calm that nervous system. But it is so important that we do focus on that lifestyle aspect as well, which is something that can be overlooked. So this is where simple little things like taking a bath, taking 10 minutes away from the kids and the family and the hustle and bustle and technology, and actually just having a bath with some candles and potentially some essential oils and maybe even some Epsom salts and focusing on that deep breathing. So really just taking that time for yourself. So that's one thing that I definitely find. What about you, Ellen?
Even if you don't have a bath, that can be a thing that some patients say to me. Just get a bucket and put your feet in it and put Epsom salts in it, because you absorb a lot through your feet, and Epsom salts can be a great way to get a good dose of magnesium circulating in the body. Other kinds of things that we spoke about today and that I talk about patients with is working on breathing techniques. So when you notice that you're shallow breathing, you're just breathing into the chest, you're not breathing right into your belly, which is where you get that oxygen circulating more and more. So it's important to work on those different techniques. One of the ladies today said that she works with the little triangle technique. So you breathe in for 5, you hold for 5, and then you breathe out for 5. And we were talking about the way that you breathe can be better through your nose rather than mouth breathing, which is when if you practice it, mouth breathing will be shallower breaths through your nose. You can feel it, that it's circulating through your body a lot better. So that's another one that you can do, and people don't have to know that you're doing it as well. You can do it, you know, if you are stressed at work, if you're on public transport and it's making you anxious, something like that, is that you can do it everywhere and anywhere, and people don't know that you're doing it. Different kinds of apps on your phone that I recommend to people can be things like Smiling Mind, Calm, Headspace, things like that can be really good to do guided meditations.
And look, even just putting on your favourite music, if you really enjoy some kind of calming music, you don't necessarily even have to go, as Ellen said, and walk away. But if you're cooking dinner, you can actually put on your favourite tunes and just really enjoy it, and you know, cut your veggies and do all of those amazing things while you're practicing your breathing and getting that support through music as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
And the way that it works is by helping for those, for the oxygen to be circulating in the body better, to be able to calm down that nervous system. So there's different kinds of herbs that we use in the clinic as well.
Herbal teas is another really great one you can do at home.
Because the teas can be helpful for the actual herbs that are in it, but it can also be a nice ritual that can just slow you down. The warming effect or the cooling effect, depending on what kind of tea that you want, can really help with that too. But the herbs that we use in clinic is like a more concentrated version of the herbs that you can have in a herbal tea. So sometimes we might get people to drop dose the herbs, where you're just doing little drops under your tongue throughout the day, or we can do full doses of herbs depending on what other kinds of things that are going on, whether it's hormonal, whether it's more to do with mental health that's going on. So there's so many options, and it's something that we deal with every day as naturopaths, that I help people with all the time, and all of us do here. So anything else, Shani?
I think
main things, really.
Yeah, I think exercise is relevant as well.
Yeah.
So if you if you have a high-paced life and you are just go non-stop, and doing something like HIIT training on top of that can potentially add more stress as well. So these are things that we have to consider and obviously assess for each person as an individual. Exercise is really important when done correctly, very effective. So if you are having a really stressful day, even just taking a walk on the beach can be a really good way to get that
Gentle
oxygen in.
stretching.
Exactly. Some stretching and yoga and slowing down. So being mindful of creating balance where you can, in whatever way you can, on a daily basis. If you've had a busy day, unwind a little bit more. If you've had a really slow day, then that's probably a great opportunity to take up some kind of HIIT class or training.
And looking at the different times of the day that you're doing HIIT, you know, if you're doing a HIIT session at 8 o'clock at night, it's probably not the best for your melatonin to be on the rise.
Pumped and ready to go.
So all of these things need to be integrated together. I don't think that I would ever recommend just one thing for someone, is that it's a whole range of certain things that can help people, but it's just finding the right thing for you, and the right thing that's going on in your body.
Awesome.
Good. If you have any questions, just leave us a comment down below and we'll get back to you. But have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye.
See you later.